The BMW M3 once stood alone in the compact sports sedan segment. These vehicles traditionally prioritize driver enjoyment without sacrificing too much practicality, usually at the expense of the latest luxury amenities. These days, the segment is becoming kind of crowded, and especially the line between compact sports sedan and compact luxury sedan is being blurred. Today we're going to find out if BMW still has what it takes to create the ultimate driving machine.
Today we're going to review this 2017 BMW M3 competition pack. It makes 444 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque from its twin-turbo inline-six engine. It reaches 60 miles an hour in 4 seconds if you have the manual, but this one has the BMW dual-clutch transmission and reaches 60 miles an hour in 3.8 seconds before getting to the quarter mile in 12.2 seconds at 120 miles an hour. That is crazily fast for a rear-wheel drive sports sedan.
Yeah, it's pretty. The competition pack brings a couple very key things that improve this car greatly over the normal M3. You'll notice on the exterior, it's got the 666 style wheels from the M4 GTS, but on this car they painted silver, 20-inch wheels. You get staggered 265, 285 tires. Let's see, you get retuned suspension, a different exhaust, a retuned differential. A lot of things that sharpen up this car overall. And a lot of people have said this is what the M3 should have been originally. The previous normal one is a little too soft. This thing is the right combination.
Yeah, definitely. It really makes a big difference.
Yeah, I like this one.
So I've actually spent the last 10 days or so driving this thing. Thanks to John, he let me drive it for a whole week plus. And quite honestly, the first time I got behind the wheel, it was definitely love at first drive. I was blown away with how playful it was. It's just how easy it is to reach the limits of the M3, even just around like a standard corner like the one we have coming up here.
Yeah.
It's so easy to break the tires loose, and that could be a good thing and a bad thing. If you're just trying to lay down the fastest possible quarter mile, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to have fun driving around town, that's definitely a good thing. So this car also has the almost $9,000 carbon ceramics option, which provide amazing stopping power. And with all the additional cooling and stuff that the M3 provides, you can really drive this car hard and fast for a very long time.
It's truly track capable. I mean, it's got all the uprated type of stuff in it. And as you were saying, how it does get squirrely, it makes a lot of power to those rear wheels, a lot of torque. I think this thing is vastly underrated. It's a great setup, a great chassis, and yeah, I agree with what people said, how this is how it should have come from the factory. And from just you get, with all new BMWs, kind of an overwhelming number of different options to pick between. We can really do the math on how many different combinations, because you can vary your engine response, your suspension response, your steering response, the transmission. There are so many different iterations. You can quick control them with the M1 and M2 buttons here on the steering wheel, which the owner John has set up. So right now let's go back to normal, so it's a little more comfortable and quiet. But you can quickly change the entire response dynamics of this vehicle, from fun, drifty, all-out fun machine to just a more composed, somewhat reasonable sports luxury sedan.
Exactly. And, that's a good point. Like the last thing you said, sedan, right? Yeah. So this car still maintains a lot of that practicality. It comfortably seats 4 adults and a child, and
you can pull a good amount of G's
through a corner. It has a reasonably sized trunk, and yeah, you don't really sacrifice too much practicality, even though you have all this horsepower and torque behind you.
From an exterior design standpoint, I really do like the competition pack. I've also noticed something. Originally, when the M3, M4 first came out, I was like, M4, coupes are better, they look better. Yep. But as time went on, I started realizing, I was talking to a friend of mine who has a regular F80 M3, the sedan almost, because the arches flare out, because the whole body isn't as wide as the M4, it looks like the arches flare out. I think the M3 looks better. Slowly, I'm starting to be, maybe because I'm becoming old. I like the way the sedans look more. With the competition pack, the upgraded 666 wheels, they look aggressive. John has a lot of carbon fiber, like the mirrors, the front diffuser, or the front splitter, the rear diffuser, the little wing, the tips. A lot of this is a good combination. Interior looks great. Exterior looks great. I think the design, they really nailed this vehicle. The interior-wise on these things, again, with vehicles like this, a lot of ones are in this category where they take a base vehicle and improve it to the max point. Right. So at the end of the day, this is still underneath. You can sort of say it's a 3 Series, but everything is now covered in carbon fiber, nicer leather, and that type of stuff. I think it's good. They've replaced a lot of the materials that would feel cheap with carbon fiber and some leather. I think these the red inserts, and the little M colored vibrating on like the steering wheel and on
the seat
belts.
belt.
That's nice. The X5M we were just in, the interior is another step up. Not getting that. That thing is all leather everywhere, so it's not quite to that level. But again, the price tag reflects that.
Exactly. Yep.
I like these seats too. They're nice and supportive. They've got little openings for people in the back to punch you in the kidneys.
Yep.
But they are aggressively bolstered, but not so aggressive that they're not uncomfortable. Again, this is still somewhat a semblance of a luxury vehicle.
Definitely.
Compared to some of the competitors from the interior standpoint, it blows the Alfa Romeo out of the water. The Alfa it's all right. It's just very Spartan basic. It feels almost a couple years like behind.
Right.
It doesn't have the feel of the German quality and the latest technology. It's just like, eh.
But that new C63,
yes, that it's baby S-Class inside.
Exactly. It is. That thing is gorgeous.
I
and
think
the new RS5. I mean, that's a very traditional Audi interior, but you know,
clean and
just
modern.
like this, clean and modern, very efficient, very
I think the Mercedes wins in the interior category.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
nice. If you think about it, this car is stickered for almost $90,000. And keep in mind, the base 3 Series, it starts like 33 grand or something. So that is almost $60,000 in options on a 3 Series.
Well,
so,
when you put it, I guess you can put it that way.
Exactly. But like,
that's an extreme.
Think about what else you can get at this price range, right? Like you said at the beginning, this segment is very crowded.
Yes.
There's the ATS-V, the C63S. Audi doesn't bring the RS4 sedan over, but they had the RS5. You know,
is there the coupe
they're doing the Sportback.
Yeah, Sportback. Yeah, so there's the 4-door version.
Exactly, there's the 4-door version. There's the Alpha and
Quadrifoglio.
Exactly, and the Japanese ones, you know, the Infiniti and Lexus, they have cars that are entering. They're
trying to,
So for 90 grand, you have a lot of options to choose from. The M3, you know, it's definitely the big boy in the segment. It's the one that everyone thinks of first when you think of compact sports sedan. But like you mentioned, you know, it doesn't have the best interior anymore. It does have the driving dynamics that you want to find in an M car. But I don't know, like the rest of the pack seems to have caught up. If you asked me 10 years ago, it'd be like M3, no doubt, right? But the rest of the pack, it's getting closer. And keep in mind, for 90 grand, you can get another car, say an S4 or a 340xi or a C43 AMG for significantly less money and still have a lot of the same interior and exterior styling and driving dynamics of that.
I think really at the end of the day, when you talk value, these aren't cheap cars anymore. They definitely all ballooned up to that price, but this is also escalated by the carbon ceramic brakes are like
definitely
9 grand. The comp pack, I think if we talk specifically value of the competition pack, ignoring just M3 in general, I think the comp pack is 100% worth that money.
Oh yeah, it's under $5,000.
Yeah, and you get the upgrades. It completely transforms the handling dynamics and everything, how it drives and feels. It looks a lot better. The touches from the competition pack are worth every single penny.
Definitely.
Overall, compared to the competitors, I think after I've spent a lot of time with the Alfa Romeo, I think I would take this. At the end of the day, it's still the German engineering
it's worth
money. The Alfa is a little more unique and different, but this is a better car overall. I've gotten a ride in the C63S and I liked it a lot. I want to drive one to finally decide, but I like that one also quite a bit. But it's definitely right up there. They've done really well. I like the new M3 compact.
It is awesome. Yes, I would give it an 87 out of 100.
I think I'd give it a 90. I think I'd go up a little bit. But again, remember you initially, you loved it. He was texting our group chat, oh my god, this M3 is best, and like John's like, oh my god.
97,
yeah, he was just infatuated with it. John's like, crap, I'm not getting my car back anymore. But as the time went on, you like discovered a few.
You find minor things. You know, the brakes make some noise. It's hard to launch without launch control, and launch control takes a long time to set up. You know,
25 button presses.
Exactly.
Later.
There's no lumbar support in the seats. There are a lot of minor things with the M3, but for what it is, which is a compact, practical sedan that you can have fun with on your way to work, it is amazing. It's definitely the ultimate driving machine.
Correct. I agree. BMW. If I lived somewhere where it didn't snow and get cold and crappy weather, I'd probably have this or something like this as my daily driver all year round. It would be great.
Agreed.
All right, hope you guys liked this video. As always, you can see there will be a 90-second review of this car, a quick little overview summary. We will have the ownership perspective, so you get some insights from somebody who obviously owns the car, drives it every day, spends money on it, everything, and learn a lot of things from that perspective. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks for watching.